Hello, everyone. Carlos here. Welcome to the Tech Brief for the second week of the September that started on the 15th of 2024. So we're going to be starting first with the news. One of the articles that I want to bring to you is one from the New York Times that says that the FBI seized a Chinese spy network for a known actor called Flax Typhoon. This network was composed of over 260,000 devices. These devices were IP cameras, routers, DVRs, and other types of IoT appliances that were connected to the internet. They were actually abusing 0 days in addition to well-known vulnerabilities for these devices and their operating system. They say that all of this network was being managed by a Chinese government contractor called Integrity Technology Group. Now, why would the Chinese want all of these devices across the globe? And it is for deniability. If you're all of a sudden blocking all of the IPs that come for not your region of business, they can just leverage one of these devices, proxy through there, and be able to connect to your network. We've seen that now with solutions, what happens with impossible travel from Azure and other technology methods that have been implemented by other cloud vendors, and in addition to SIM solutions. So this gives them a lot of leeway when they're operating. Also, it muddies the waters into who is the actor that is performing those tasks. Now, the next big piece of news that I want to talk about is Ivanti again. So the Ivanti CSA, the Cloud Service Appliance, remember that vulnerability that I mentioned a couple of tech briefs ago, CVE 2024-8963? Well, that path traversal vulnerability is now being exploited. CISA added this vulnerability into the CISA Kev. There are going to be Ivanti appliances that are no longer supported, that are still present out there into the internet. I was looking through Shodan and other platforms, and we're talking here about from 20 to 25,000 of these devices are responding to the flag of Cloud Service Appliance. So if you're one of those affected, do patch. We are seeing that actors are moving very, very fast when it comes to vulnerabilities. And Ivanti is a very popular target, as we can see. Now, moving over to the vulnerabilities, let's start with VMware. VMware has two CVEs. It has CVE 2024-38812. This specific CVE is for VMware vCenter vSphere for the versions 8 and 7. It has a CVSS score of 9.8. There's no proof of concept code. It's not being actively exploited, but it is a critical heat overflow vulnerability in the DEC RPC protocol of VMware vCenter server. Now, this can allow a malicious actor with network access to trigger a remote code execution just by sending a specially crafted packet. And this is a very big target for ransomware groups, so do patch. The other vulnerability is CVE 2024-38813, also on VMware vCenter server version 8.0 and 7.0. Now, this one has a CVSS score of 7.5. There's no proof of concept, there's no PUC, but this one is a privilege escalation vulnerability inside of the vCenter server. So a malicious attacker can just escalate privileges. So when you grab one of these vulnerabilities and the other, one gives me access, the other lets me do privilege escalation. That's a very bad mix. So yes, do patch before a proof of concept code lands out there and before ransomware crews start abusing these vulnerabilities, because as we know, they're a big target. Again, we have another vulnerability for SolarWinds. This is for SolarWinds access right management. Right management. CVE 2024-28991 has a CVSS score of 8.8. There's no proof of concept. It's not being exploited out in the wild so far that we know of. This is a remote code execution vulnerability in SolarWinds access right management that allows an authenticated user to abuse the service. Given the level of privilege that this software has in your network connected to your infrastructure, I would say that this is a high one, even though the vulnerability is a critical. I consider it a high, given that it requires already that the attacker has credentials. So do evaluate in your environment, do evaluate your risk levels, and patch this one as soon as possible. Again, I hope that you found this tech brief useful, and I'll see you guys in the next video.